Hey everybody, welcome back. We're on 31, and hooks in the vise, straw silk, per usual. And the body of this fly is going to be fox fur, and he specifically says fur pulled out from the forehead of an old fox. I have a fox mask here. I have no idea how old this fox is, so I can't tell you whether it's an old one, but that's the forehead, and I pulled hair out from there, so fingers crossed it's good enough. That's what that hair looks like, and then the hackle is bluish red. So as you can see there, it's mostly a red hackle that shows some bluish. And then we're going to have a rib of gold twists, and I'm using French oval tinsel as the gold twist. And so we'll start about a hook eye length behind the eye, catch on our silk, remove the tag end, and we'll catch in that French oval tinsel, which is our gold twist, and we'll wrap back to the bend of the hook. And I have a rotary vise, so I just turn my vise away. You've already seen this 100 times probably, so I can just get good access there to wind on the dubbing, and that's the fox forehead hair. And we're gonna do this in chunks. I don't try and create the perfect noodle. I just go in small sections, small pieces at a time, and I keep it all the same thickness or similar thickness, and do either overlapping wraps or move forward depending on the taper I'm trying to create. So we're gonna go up to the shoulder there, beginning of the thorax. I'm going to take the feather and I'm going to stroke all the fibers down, and we'll tie it in by the tip. So I'm stroking the fibers back so that they're out and away from the stem, the rachis, and we'll tie it here in by the tip. Give it a bunch of winds forward to really catch in that tip. And then I'm going to dub the thorax. Sometimes I find it much easier to a fly that has a rib to just rib the body and then tie in the feather and then do the thorax. The true Cutcliffe way is to do it this way. So I decided to go back to do that just to show you. It's a little bit more fiddly because you got to get that feather out of the way, but when he describes how to actually tie the fly, he does wrap the rib up and past the feather and then in through the thorax and tying it off there at the front. So doing that, I don't know, that's super important. For sure the body part's important to rib for the look of the fly. So normally I don't bother to go through the thorax for my own personal fishing, but and also I haven't done that in a bunch of these videos. I go back and forth, but I just wanted to bring that up again in case some late joiners. That's the true way to do it. And he would also have doubled the feather ahead of time, but I just find it easier to double while it's tied in there. So doubling that hackle, and then I'm going to spiral wrap through the thorax. It's creating like a little palmered zone there in the thorax, which helps keep the fly a little bit more near the surface, more resistance, and then a few wraps, consecutive touching wraps when you get past the thorax, and then a couple wraps to tie it off. Cut out that feather if I can get there, and then finish wrapping towards the eye. Fill in that gap from the creation of the eye, and any sharp edge that's there, you kind of block it with silk and then wind back to where you tied off the hackle. Make sure there's wax on there, and then you can go back to front whip finish, however many you need to cover that space, and then really wiggle it, pull it tight. If the thread is waxed there and you're fishing cold water, it's not going anywhere. So that's the completion of the tying portion, and then we're going to divide the wings up and down and curl the hackle a little bit. The fly will come back once wet to before this stage, so it's up to you whether you want to do this or carry a knife or something on stream to continually do that if you feel like it matters. I haven't noticed it mattering much, or at all for that matter. And that's the fly. You can pick out the dubbing. Here's a close-up, and that's all. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.